Today is day 24 of 100 random acts of kindness. And today I didn't have to go to the hospital at all, which was amazing. I had my day hospice program, so I got there at about 10:15, I guess, and just chit-chatted, and then went out to the garden, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then there's somebody there who does reflexology, and it's this lovely foot rub. I've had reflexology before, and it's been a variety of things. This happens to be just this like lovely foot rub. And then went and tried to get some inspiration for a painting, then had lunch, then back out to the garden, and it's just amazing. You're with other people who, I know the word hospice scares everybody. It's not really a word I was excited to start using. But then I learned with the day program, it's different than the residence. It's at the same address, but it's within the same building but separated. Residence is usually near pretty close to the end, whereas the day program is other people who have a terminal diagnosis, and we just all get together. I'm the youngest. I'm always the youngest. There's one other person who's considered pretty young, and everybody else is quite a bit older, but I don't care at this point. I need the support, and I'm grateful for it. So this morning I woke up excited that I didn't have to go to the hospital. I'm back there again tomorrow. You can see the trial is back in action. There's a good one there, a really nice one here, whatever this is. I feel pretty good. No stomach issues, which is great. Shortness of breath, I think, is under control. It never really 100% went away, so I'm thinking that's what's still happening. So I woke up this morning excited I didn't have to go to the hospital, and when I was checking my email, I got an email. So I'll back up a little bit. My neighbor across the street was given this Blue Jays glass, and when somebody hits a home run, the bottom of this glass starts blinking and going crazy when Toronto Blue Jays hits a home run. A Blue Jay player hits a home run. And so I was so excited when he came over, when Rob came over and gave us this glass. And he knows that I was honorary Batgirl last year, and I'm just like crazy happy to have done that. That was just such a big deal. And so when he gave me this glass, it just like made my day. I was so excited. And so I was hoping to get another one, just so Keith and I each had one. And so I put it out on Twitter and just said, because the codes come in a Budweiser case of beer, and I don't drink. Not because I think there's anything wrong with it. I wish I could have a drink here and there, but it's not worth it with these drugs. I just have it like I go into a crazy hot flash. I get really, really, really sweaty. I don't feel good. It's just a weird reaction. Sometimes it happens with people with caffeine, spicy food, sugar. These are things that happen with people who are estrogen positive. I've heard of a variety of things, and some people can continue to drink. That was one thing. I've never been a big drinker, but that was one thing when I try to have, I don't know, a drink when we went out for dinner, like try to be an adult, I don't know. I'd have one and it was like, oh my God, this is not worth it. Water it is, no problem. So I don't drink, so I will never be able to get one of these things, and to buy I don't even know how much a case of beer is, $40. I have no idea. But it didn't make sense. So I looked into it, and you could get them for free, but then you had to pay shipping, and shipping was quite expensive. So anyway, I put it out to Twitter and just said, if anybody has these codes, and I think in the case of beer, I think I read that you either get a code for a glass, a t-shirt, or a hat or something. And these glasses are pretty nice. And so I thought, well, nobody's going to give up their glass, because I think it's the nicest thing. Unless maybe they just like Budweiser but aren't Jays fans. So I put it out on Twitter and just said, does anybody have a code that I could use to get their free glass. And I never heard anything, which is fair. People don't have to give me anything. But I just thought if somebody exists who isn't interested, they could send me, instead of throwing it out. I would love to take it. So I don't hear anything. And then this morning I woke up and I have no idea who it was, but somebody put in a code, like 2 different codes, so for 2 different glasses, and put in my information. And so 2 glasses are being shipped to me via some stranger. Now, I would think it could have been anyone. However, they knew my email address, which is not common knowledge. They knew my home address, which is clearly not common knowledge. And they knew my cell phone number. So it was either somebody on Twitter who contacted somebody in my life and said, here are the codes, can you send it to her on my behalf? Or it's somebody who knows that information, but that's not... I have somebody in mind that I'm wondering if it is, but I don't want to ask them, because then if it's not... So this random act of kindness, I have no idea who it is. The only thing that is making me question it, which this person would still be in the running, is that I had breast cancer in 2011, and then we got married 4.5 years later in 2015. Don't tell Keith I didn't know that. 4.5 years later in 2015. So I was Katie Evans, breast cancer advocate for young women. I did a lot of speaking, a lot of writing, etc. So then overnight, I didn't want to quite delete the Evans name and then just be a totally different Katie. So on social media for a long time, I was Katie Evans Davidson. I've been published in things as that because people see it and I guess assume I have a hyphenated name. The only reason, like anything else, my signature, all my ID, my email, everything is Katie Davidson. I just go by, I don't use Evans, except for social media, where I wanted to keep that in there and so that people knew who I was. So the only thing is that these glasses were sent to Katie Evans Davidson. So, and everybody in my life knows that I go by Katie Davidson. Oh my gosh, the mystery of it. This random act of kindness, I mean, this, like, it drives me crazy that I don't know who it is, because I want to thank them so much. Like, the gratitude for this means so much to me. That makes no sense, but the gratitude that I have for this, because it means so much to me, I really want to share it. So if you are out there and you're watching this, I would really appreciate a text or an email or something. But I also appreciate wanting to be anonymous, because it does feel good to do something without getting the thanks for it and doing something for the purpose of doing something. So I do appreciate that. However, from my perspective, I'd really like to just put you on blast and like really just thank you, because it really means a lot, and it was an amazing way to start my day. And like I said in a previous one, sometimes to get that momentum going, I do appreciate a good day, going to hospice, which I really enjoy, being an even better day, because sometimes bad days, when I hear good news, sometimes it can't outweigh the bad part of it. And not that I ever feel it's wasted, I'm always grateful for good news, but this was just such a good way to start the day, and I'm just so excited. And again, just a random act of kindness. These people are just in our lives, and we are really, really, really lucky. So I think that's so cool. So if you can take anything away from this, a simple surprise like this, well, it's not simple in my books, but a surprise like this I think is pretty amazing. So thank you so much to whoever you are. It really means a lot to me. Talk to you guys tomorrow.